Hey, welcome to the xsinick show. We are about to start doing different things on here. Today we're going to do some art. I started modeling an onion, so I think I'll continue doing that and I'll finish that onion off and we'll move on to something else. Hey, how's it going? Just remember, you could come in here, you could join TikTok. You can see me on TikTok, you can see me on Twitch, you can see me on YouTube. I'm also on SoundCloud, as you can see below there, and there's a free album, part of a free album you could check out, and you could download it and you could listen to the beats and have fun, right? So hold on in a second, guys, we are about to start. Welcome to the xsinick show. By the way, this song is called Android Smith BR. He's one of my friends, he lives in Brazil. And I made this song to honor him. Check it out, yo. Hey, let's begin. Let's jump right into Blender and start doing that onion. Hey guys, I hope you're having a great night. Okay, let's go. Okay, yeah, so so this onion is doing pretty good, right? It was an odd-shaped onion to begin with, and we have a bunch of different images we could look at. Let's just see. Let's see if we could pull up some images of the onion here. So it has a file browser here in Blender, and I go to images. Let's do the images like large, as large as we can. Okay. Okay, size medium, let's go large. Yeah, see, these are the different views of that onion. So we technically could bring another, you know, what we did is, you know, let's turn this volume down a little bit. So yeah, what we did with the onion is that we actually, when we were modeling it, we actually used a program called FSpy to kind of get the general camera angle, and we modeled off of the camera angle to get that shape right there, right? One of the things I want to do is to start bringing some of this loose skin into the mix, right? And there's several ways we could do it. So let's just not think about it too much and just jump in and start like adding those things in, right? So one thing I could do, or one thing we could do, is to separate. Let's just grow the selection here. I'm gonna just pull this out, and I'm gonna start like extruding some loose skin bits from this mesh right here, right? Or we could also make a, no, let's do it like that. Okay, so I'm gonna separate selection. Okay, so now we have a separate thing, and I did a little loose skin here, and I don't want to do it like that. I want to do it off of these, you know, off of this here. I'm not trying to kind of like model it based upon this. So that's called photogrammetry, where you kind of like modeling things based off an image. And something you could do very well in Blender. Actually, I'll do some loose skin like this right here. I'm just gonna do like a little bit of that. Right, and one of the cool tools you could use is called the tweak tool. So that was the tweak tool was like the default tool in Blender. Go to like vertex mode and then start shaping it, you know, based upon this. You could come in here and you could start tweaking. Oops, so let's turn that off. You can start tweaking the points. So if you meet me halfway, you could look at the previous video to see, you know, how we got here. So that's how quick we could do this. It's down and dirty modeling. Okay, so far so good. Let's get this. Some loose skin right there. Notice so that's up in there. I'm just gonna do like this. You could also, yeah, let's do like that. Oops. So I'm holding Control and then right clicking to get to extrude like the edges. And what that does is it extrudes towards the cursor. Whoops. Let's go back. Let's get back that view there. Let's put the. Let's see what our snap is. Let's see how our snap is going here. So we're snapping to vertices closest. Target selection. Includes active. Exclude non-selectable. Nope, we don't want any of that. Okay, this is cool so far. What if I put backface culling and snapping on? What would that do? Let's see. Backface cull. Yeah, that's the one thing about the Blender snap. It's a little bit off, but that's fine. Okay, we don't want to get lost in the weeds here. We just, you know, just gonna create like a tear right there. And I'm gonna do is to press N K for the knife tool. I'm just gonna come here. I'm gonna cut that like that and connect that back like that. And that's kind of like a tear right there. Just trying to create this tear back here. I'm just gonna merge these 2 points here. Merge the last. I'm gonna grab this. So I want a little see through here because I want to be able to see where this point is right here. Bring this out, turn that back. So this button is occluded X-ray toggle X-ray, so you can see through things. It's pretty nifty. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna grab another point. Now, if I'm actually modeling like an onion for like something professional, I would not nearly take as long. But this is just for fun, right? I'm gonna press E to extrude rather than to, yeah. So you can press E to extrude also, and that'll. So we're trying to get the little bits there of the onion that's. Something like that. What I'm gonna do, select that. Oh, select this. Try to select this face here. Okay, let me turn. I'm gonna mute the. Okay, you can mute the subdivision also, just to kind of see what's going on with the topology. You know, the low res topology. I'm just gonna extrude this down just to get some of that there, to make this crack more pronounced. Let's see, face. Let's go select that edge. So when you have a good grasp of the tools in Blender, it's kind of like you start pushing points and moving polygons around almost as if like you had a pencil and you're sketching, or as almost. It's not quite the same, but it's close because you're basically trying to mimic and get things to look the way they should look first, and then you study about, you know, topology to some degree. Let's join these two here, J. I'm gonna join this part here, J. I don't want to turn my subdivision back on and see what I got. Okay, so we got something kind of like a little tear in there. Yep, that's not bad. Alright, I'm just gonna follow all that all the way through. I'm not gonna make too much of a big deal out of it. See, now I'm thinking that these things should be a lot more centered, but that's fine. I'm gonna take the whole onion and shift it because it's an organic thing, right? So not everything has to be uniformed. Sorry, uniform, CE, okay. Just trying to finish up this tutorial for you guys here, and then we're gonna jump into some game development. I kind of already started on my own to start to get into that. And it's more the part of game development that, you know, I'm going to stream would be the art side of it. You know, not the coding side, because I don't know how to code that well, you know, or at all. But you know, so there'll be a lot of struggling and learning for me there, but definitely the producing animations and art that is game ready, I can definitely do that. So that's what you're gonna see on here. Okay. So I'm thinking like these wanna be more centered, right? So let's see if we could like try to center them here and then rotate them back into view here. Now that'll be tricky. So let's see. Okay, we want to go for the gusto right here. Now let's see if we can rotate them back into place. Yeah, I thought that would have happened. Okay, that's fine. We'll deal with it. Let's get it back. Let's go back. Like so. Go like So let's get the ideal. I'm going for the ideal, guys. Alright, so that's not quite ideal. So I'm gonna have to like bend this into submission. So seeing that I have to do that, I'm gonna plant it firmly here. Okay, let's see. Okay, so that's looking like that could be something. Okay, so now let's bend this into submission. Oh yeah, can you guys probably not seeing my my cursor? So let's my keyboard shortcut. So let's change that. Screencast keys. Okay, so I put it in this bigger view here. That's better. Shadow. Okay. Okay, let's see what we could do if we turn the soft selection on, which is more proportional editing on. Let's see what we could do without destroying things too much. You feel like the beats you're hearing, this is part of that beat selection, the beat album that I made. That's for free right now. I don't think I'll have it for free for too long. You know, there's some more, you know, it's part of a 20 beat album that I'm making. So 10 of those are actually on SoundCloud and you could listen to it for free. Hey, you could probably even download it for free. I don't know if you got the software or if you got a setup like that. It's all good. I'm not tripping. But you know, it would be nice if I could if people would buy my stuff and I could kind of live off of it for a little bit. You know, I don't expect to be a millionaire, but you know, if you guys support me, I'll be more than happy. And even if you can't, just listening to it and telling your friends is more than good enough. We all like to be appreciated and recognized for what we do, right? Everybody has a unique talent and skill. Everybody. Nobody on earth here is not good. Everybody on earth made it. So we're all superstars and all that good jazz. Okay, so I'm looking, so look like we're doing it, guys. Look like this thing is maybe working out this way. Yep, and the reason why I'm trying to get the edges to, okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm turning off that proportional editing and just start bringing points by themselves. Make sure that they're nice and anchored. I'm working in this view up here, guys. Making sure these points here are hugging these edges as nicely as I can, because we're gonna do a little trick where we kind of project the image onto the object as a texture, right? Okay, so I think this is cool for now. Let's say that. So the onion sprouted. That's basically what happened. Okay, let's get this last piece as a big piece here. It's E. Okay, I'm gonna scale that. Okay. Here we go. Yeah. Okay, here we are. Let's turn this down. I'm just looking just to see. Okay, so this may wanna, let's just say that this guy wants to do something like this. And I hug that. Let's see what that does. Let's do that. Let's just do that and see. Not bad. It gives it some irregularity. Let's take this guy. Let's pull this guy out here. It's not bad. Okay. Not too bad. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna select these two objects right here. Let's go to a full screen here, and I'm gonna just press the slash num key to isolate that, and let's really focus on getting this onion down nice. I'm gonna just kind of mute the thing and just work straightly. I'm gonna mute the subdivision and work straightly on the straight on the thing itself. Okay, let's go. So we actually probably don't need this guy here. Let's delete that guy. Alright, select that. Now let's see what we got here. I think I want backface culling. There you go. I'm gonna select these edges right here. Actually, I could delete this guy here, his face. Okay, now let's select some edges. Let us not do that. Let's select this outer ring. That's probably the better bet. What I'm gonna do is gonna duplicate that. I'm gonna scale that guy. I'm gonna go to like a view like this. Let's go to wireframe. Let's just move this guy in back in a bit. Get something like that. What I'm gonna do too is also grab go into some points mode and it's kind of like sum up some, just kind of merge some of these points here. Okay, last. Okay, so I'm gonna select back that, and I'm gonna E for extrude and scale down. Yeah, to kind of bring that. I'm gonna go back out here. Just grab. I'm just gonna bring this up. Create like an inner bulb. So let's go back into some sort of shaded mode to make sure we're not intersecting too much. Okay, so we got some flipping that we gotta do. I'm just gonna select all of it. For P, separate selection. Go back here, select that ring. I'm just gonna do the same thing again. E, scale. I'm gonna go to the side here, Z, grab that, bring that like so. I'm gonna grab those guys. Okay, face, put a face. Or what we could even do is I'm not doing a face, I can extrude again and just merge the points to center like so. Grab and it's gonna move them out a bit. So it's kind of like a little inner dome. Well, what's going on here is that these things are, let's go back and isolate this guy. Let's just flip some of these, do Control I and then do Alt N, flip. Okay, let's do that. Let's go back out. So that's the inner. Okay, So this is looking pretty okay to me. This is looking pretty good. Okay, select this. Let's go back in here. Let's take a look. Let's just fix like little things that are poking out that's not so hot. Like so. What I'm doing, I'm just kind of checking around a little bit, you know. Okay, let's apply that. Let's merge this back. This piece with this piece. Control J, join that. And let's jump back out of here and let's take a look at some of these the subdivision. Let's get rid of that. Actually, let's not get rid of that. Let's just turn that off. Let's turn that off. Okay, so you see what's going on here? That's not bad, right? Because once you subdivide it, it's gonna fix, but still, even before you subdivide it, you know, you might want it to look a little cleaner than just that. So I'm just gonna bring that in like so. Bring those down. See, even before it's subdivided, it's still kind of somewhat okay. Okay, so I'm gonna merge this guy with this guy, J. Let's do something like that. Okay, so do we have the modeling down? I think we just might, guys. Just grab this guy here, move him out a smidgen. Okay. Now let's, if we put that back, okay, we're still somewhat okay there. Let's put that back. Turn this on. Okay, we're still somewhat okay there. Okay, so there's a lot of like little leaf, kind of loose leaf type things, which is cool. You know, you can use that yeah, you could. Okay, let's see what this looks like. Okay, so what we're gonna do now, we're just gonna lay some UV lines down and stuff like that. So let's do that. Select that edge, come up here. We're gonna put some UV seams in here. So I'm gonna Control E, mark seam, come up here, Control, I'm just gonna go to full view, E, Mark seam. You're just marking seams all the way down. Go mark another seam. So this is where the computer is gonna cut the object to make UVs. And UVs is just like a layout that it makes of the polygons. Oh, it seems like I'm getting a little ringy dingy there. I'll be right back, guys. Okay guys, I'm back. Yeah, so I had to sign off for a minute there because I had like some trick-or-treaters, you know, it's like Halloween or whatever it is, and I don't celebrate Halloween by any stretch of the imagination. You know, I love Jesus. I think the holiday is wicked, but like the kids, man, with the costumes and stuff. So I hand out some candy and I hand out some tracks, you know, some comic books about the Lord, and I think that's cool. Anyway, back to us doing this onion, right? Let's do the onion. You know, it's the kids, man. The kids, they just want to have fun, right? Not girls. Kids want to have. They just don't want any bad things from this world, and I don't blame them. doing adult stuff is way too serious. And way too scary. Now, if you want to be scared, you know, for like Halloween, woo, do some taxes, woohoo! Taxes, scary. They call it adulting, doing adult stuff. Just marking some seams, bruh. Okay, I think that's cool for now, guys. I mean, yeah. All right, let's go back the rest of the onion, the whole onion. Isn't that like a wrapper thing? All right, so let's see. Man, we're probably gonna simplify this thing. No, I'll not do that. Let's just do something like this. Let's take a look and see what I did there. That's not too bad. Yeah, I did something like that. I just marked the bottom there. Ew. Let's see what this does here. Let's do something like that. Go edge. Yeah, make sure that's like mark. Alright guys, so I think our onion is doing pretty alright, right? What do you think? Okay, so let's just leave this like this, and then let's just merge it all, right? So I'm gonna select. What's this? Oh, is this the skin? Oh, we did like an extra skin part. Is there offset? Ooh, there's offset. Shrink wrap, let's just not do that. Ooh. Let's put this on surface. If we collapse the surface, let's collapse that. Outside surface. Ooh, that's not bad. Yeah, look, we're getting some of that loose skin vibe there. But you have a lot of wasted polygons below this, so that's a whole nother thing. For this effect, you could kind of do that. Just make sure this effect kind of reads through. You know, because onion is layered with skin. I guess it would add to it. Let's keep it. But what are we gonna do? Put a shrink wrap. Nope. Yeah, that needs to be like this. So let's just merge all this. Merge. Yeah. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna Just like that. Let's do that. Bring that all together. So now we have you know, this high resolution model. So I'm just gonna go over into edit mode. We're just gonna continue working on this, guys. Let's go faces. Let's go faces. Select these faces. Let's see if we could do some work on this X. Ooh. It no likey. Let's see, point. X. There you go. That's what we want. Okay. So I'm gonna select some of these points here and just kind of move them, kind of simulate this flap. I'm just gonna do like that. Gonna come in here, and this is from like when you're modeling a face. If like you're modeling a human face, you learn how to pull points and push points like this. It's like you almost can't get around it. You know, you could get around it a little bit through sculpting, right? But the pushing and pulling of points is a good skill to know when you're doing 3D modeling. It's almost like it's almost like writing with a pencil. It's like really fundamental. Okay, so we kind of get a flap out there. Let's just pull this guy out there. Let's X this guy out. Let's dissolve that guy. Let's do something like that. Okay, we're just kind of moving this out of the way, you know, so that there's no intersection. And let's do a little point pulling. A little bit of point pulling. I mean, once we start to texture this and everything like that, you know, you could get rid of the extra polygons that's gonna be laying under here, because you actually wouldn't need them. You could almost get rid of them like right now, but I wouldn't do it right now. Okay, so far so good. So how's your night going so far? Do you have Halloween where you live? Oh no. Okay, let's try to get rid of some of those polygons that we cannot see. Like so. What I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna use that X-ray mode, see if that helps us. Yeah, that should help us a good little chunk. Let's turn the X-ray mode off. Okay guys, we're taking a look over it in the back side of it. Can't have that one. Okay, we're going to delete those polygons. X, delete faces, that's selected. And look around, you don't see them at first glance because they're behind the skin right here. Okay, so I think that's cool for now. I mean, we could go further and start like getting some of these other pieces, things. Let's see if we can get something like that happening. What I'm doing right now is just basically just me of my own self, like trying to get something happening. I'm just doing a little straightening up, guys, that's all. Alrighty, so see how we have that there? We have this little flap of skin doing this thing there. Maybe this part here, so if I put the proportional editing on, we could just grab that part out. Let's just do a grab and make that smaller, like so. Okay, we're just gonna grab some of this like so, some of this like here. We're just looking at some of this. Not too bad. Okay, so there's a flapper thing here, and then there's another bit of green here. And we could do all of that, but I'm not going to. Look, guys, let's just jump straight into what we gotta do for this. So I'm gonna merge the skin with this part here, J. Alright. Let's see. So we got onion stuff happening there. Let's just run a seam down the edge so that when we UV map this, you know, we have some kind of something to work with. Control E, mark seam. Mark seam. Come up here like so. Just mark the seam. Let's just see if we can peel this. Have it peel like this. Mark seam. Okay. Yes, that's a little bit of an odd thing there, but let's see what we get. I'm gonna break this up a little bit more. Gonna do something like this. Mark seam. Okay, guys. So let's go right to it. Let's get right to it. Let's make all this one. J, join it. Okay, save. All right. So now let's go into the UV editing. Select all of it. Just press U, unwrap. There we go. So this is our onion unwrapped right here in Blender. Because we did all those UV scenes, it try to sort it out. Now there's a lot more you could do in here. Let's show that unwrap again. And you see right here, if you click there, it has a margin. Let's increase the margin there. So let's go 3 on that. See what that does. Let's go like 0.01 on that. I like that better. So let's come here and we could go into pack islands. We'll try to pack the island. Now there's other tools you could use that could try to actually pack this tighter, and there's a tool out there that I normally use that does that, but I don't have it installed right now. I think it's called like UV Island Packer or something, and you can get it in Blender Market. And we'll like try to pack things as tight as possible. Also, another way you could pack things is just by breaking them up inside of here. So like I could select, let's select some of these faces here and break them off. So to do that, you have to come here by the sticky selection mode and go disabled right here. So now you can just select these sets here by themselves and just press G to grab. Whoop, turn off your proportional editing, press G to grab, and you can break that like that, you know, so that's a separate thing. Let's go through and see if we could pack this again. Back UV islands. You see now it packed it a little bit differently. I like the way it packed it here. So let's go to the pack islands. Is also it's trying to adhere to the 0.1. Let's go 3. Okay. So make sure you have a nice amount of space around everything. So this is not the best UV island packing, but it's the quickest for this tutorial here. You know, normally professionally I'll take my time and really go through and make sure everything is packed out really nicely. But yeah, this is good enough for what it is we want to do right now. So what you want to do is go image, you go new, and let's make a new image. Go 2048, because this is a little big size for just a small onion. 24, you call it onion. Let's give it a little caps. I'm going to underscore diff for diffuse. I don't want any alpha, so that's okay. So now it applied it to that. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go into shading right here. Give it a second. Let's just save to make sure we don't screw anything up. I'm gonna come here. I'm just gonna make a new material, call it onion matte. Onion underscore matte for material. And we're gonna go texture. We're gonna go Shift A, then texture, and then go image texture, and we're gonna get that onion diff right here, and you're gonna leave it right here for now. Actually, you know what? We could okay, we have the onion diff right here, right? Leave that there. Let's duplicate that, and we're gonna get something else. Actually, don't duplicate it. Just go Shift A, make a new one. Texture. Okay, image texture, and you're gonna select that onion for the onion photogrammetry image. I'm gonna plug it in here, right? And it's gonna show it, right? It's gonna show the photogrammetry, this image in on the onion. But what's going on is not mapping it correctly. So what we gotta do is, while we're in here, like so, you're gonna press tab. I'm gonna press A to make sure you select all, and in this viewport here you're gonna go U, and you're gonna go project from view, right? But before we do that, let's make a copy of this. Okay, so this copy is gonna be the photogrammetry copy. Oh, there's another trick-or-treater. Guys, I'll be right back. Hold on to your socks. Hey guys, I'm back. It had some trick-or-treaters, so I had to like give them some stuff. Hey, how's it going? I see I got somebody in there. What's his Pixelbit? No, Pixelbit. Hey, how's it going, Pixelbit? Maybe its name is Matt. Who knows? Yeah, exactly. Hey Pixelbit, thanks for joining me. It's all good. Very awesome. Let me see what I can do here. Okay. Very cool. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I'm back and let's get this onion like textured, right? So I'm gonna keep, let's call this one onion. We made a duplicate, right? And I'm just gonna hide that guy. And in the photogrammetry one, we're gonna like select all the polygons, go tab, select all the polygons, and in this view here, in the camera, in the photogrammetry view, in the camera perspective view, we're gonna press U and go project from view. And what that does, it actually puts the onion texture, you know, it maps it correctly, well, based on the camera. Actually, it maps it based on the camera, and that gets you off to like a somewhat decent start, right? That gets you off to a somewhat decent start. So if we go back into the UV editing, you see how this is right here, and we have onion diff. We don't want that. We go into this, and you could actually see how the UVs fall on here. That's why when I was modeling it, I wanted to make sure that it's on there tight. Now, if you're doing like a movie production, this might be all you need. If you're doing game production, you gotta do the other side, because if you look at the side with the onion, it looks kind of, you know, from the camera view, it looks kind of okay, right? Let's just do it like that. That looks okay, but when you go over here, it's all messed up. So now is where, with the photogrammetry model, you got to start like taking some of the UVs and flipping them over, and then you got to do some painting, and you know, there's a little bit of work to get it to a point where it looks okay, you know. You could also take parts of the model like here and like mirror parts of the polygons back that way, and you get like some stuff happening, and you know, you get all that good jazz happening there. So let's see. So all the parts, like what I like to do, all the parts that are not so hot, just select those. Oops. Let's go from here to like here. From here to like here. So it's like this whole face right here. There's a Pixelbit. How's it going, man? Like, how was your night? I mean, do they have Halloween where you are, or probably not much Halloween, but more weaning, or I don't know. Hey, I'm a little biased on it. I don't like it, but hey, it is what it is. Let's see. Let's continue. So let's just see if we could just do a quick fix on this. Because the reason why we would want to make 2 copies is, one, I would like to transfer, you know, this mess of us trying to get this to work back onto proper UVs that we could actually use and paint on, right? So in here you could use some proportional editing. Select that. Let's go vertex mode. And let's go back to shared location here. And let's see, let's switch over to the tweak tool. Here in the thing, I see, and this is a proportional editing here. It's a little bit big. So I'm gonna press G and scroll it down. Okay, let me put my screencast keys back on here. And okay. So let's see what we could do here, guys. Let's see if we could bend this into submission. Another good way of doing this is to get the other images, which is what I normally do also. And just bring the other images in and just map and just start to map these polygons onto the other image also. But this is a quick what you call a quick dirty. Alright. Quick and dirty. Let's get rid of that out of there. Let's get this out of there. Scoochie this over here. Alright. We kind of get that out of there. Let's see what's going on with these guys here. See right here? So now I'm going to turn off the proportional editing. I'm just going to pull these points over to get these guys over here. Okay, so some of this we could paint into submission also. And this would be a more or less kind of simple paint to do. I mean, it's just, you know, putting some purple down, sampling some of this. But let's not get into the weeds. So this is the basic, this is the basics of it. You know, I would bring in my other images of the onion from different angles and start to map some of these polygons onto that. Then map that onto my final onion geometry and then paint it over to like blend it, and boom, you get like a somewhat photorealistic representation of an onion here in 3D, right? But this is cool for now. Let's go into shading just for this tutorial, and I don't want to bore you guys, so I'm just gonna jump right in here and just let's see what we could do. So yeah, so there's several little things you can do here. So let's just put the roughness back up on this. Let's feed this back into, let's see, is there a specular tint? Let's see what that does. I don't know if that did anything too much. Okay, so now what you could do here, let's see if we could change this into, let's get rid of the onion diff for now. Probably it's a little too rough. Let's make a plane. Let's go Shift C like so. Let's just drop a plane down. All right, guys. It's kind of anchor things a bit. I'm just gonna pull the plane down just a smidgen. Okay. Right, so let's do this like this. And I'm gonna add a background for here. I'm gonna add a sky background. And this is all in Eevee, guys. I'm gonna go to what Eevee likes, which is this. Top view. So turbidity 2. Let's do something like that. Let's just add a light. Let's add a sunlight. Sunlight, let's add 3 on here. Let's just rotate it a little bit. Let's add a little bit of angle to that just to give it a slight blur off to the edge, like that. Alright, so there's a whole science behind how you put lights down and how to have it look and stuff. But let's take this photograph and let's see if we could get it. Okay. Let's do a search for let's do a search here. RGB to black and white. I'm gonna do that. It's all this only just value. Then here I'm gonna go normal. So normal map. And let's go okay, let's see. Okay, so this is more of a bump map. I'm gonna put this as a height map. Before I do that, I just want to see what the bump map in here looks like. It should look like a straight black and white in here. Yep, that's what I think. And then, let's see, so, okay. So before we do anything, let's just plug this into the normal map. And let's go into Eevee. You see it's already doing this thing. So let's go into normals. Sorry, let's go into Eevee's. Let's go into Eevee settings. High quality normals. Let's put some ambient occlusion on here. And what we could do, we could view the ambient occlusion in Eevee. So okay, we've seen some ambient occlusion. Let's put a little more distance on that. Okay. Trace position, I want it a little bit high there. Screen space reflections. You don't want to go half, I want to go higher with the trace precision. Okay. Okay, let's go back into the material. Okay. We want backface culling. Nope. Turn that off. I don't want that. Opaque. Screen space refraction. Okay, so this is what we got in here. Let's go back to the ambient occlusion and see if that's affecting what this looks like. Yep, it definitely is. So if we pull that back, we get some of that factor. Let's go here, shadows. shadows. Turn contact shadows on. Okay, I'm gonna select that back. Okay, I'm just looking at the strength of my normal maps. Just take that down a smidgen. Go 0.5 on that. Now if you go raw, what will we get? Yeah, because you can't do anything with that. Although the effect is a little subtler. It'll be a little more realistic, so let's leave it like that. Let's go that. Yeah, let's plug this back. I don't know if this is doing anything for the specular tint. Let's put this back into the color. Oh, is it being duplicated? We have to go with a new one. Input texture, mesh texture. Yeah, for some reason it's like wanting to do the same thing. Move photogrammetry here. Oh, let's do that. Let's just open an image. Oh. That's very interesting. Yeah, it keeps changing to that sRGB, but hey, it is what it is. Let's plug that in. Okay, so now I'm going to go here and put it back into the combined pass. Okay, so now we're seeing the effects of that bump. Yeah, that's way too much, right? Let's turn that as 0. Let's give it a little something. There you go. So let's go 0.1. Actually 0.2. Turn that roughness down a bit. Does this value want to handle the roughness? Let's see. Ooh, that looks wet. I like what I'm getting though. So let's see if we could go to add a curves onto that curve. It's interesting. Okay, so we're just adding a little touch of something to this. Wow, look at that curve. That's crazy. I mean, does this actually, the tint, the specularity tint, would this actually affect that? I don't think so. Let's see, I think it might, is the metalness? I know the metalness will like give it some color, right? Yeah, let's give it a little bit of metalness. But can I plug this into the metalness? That's the whole point. Let's see what we could do, guys. What will that do? That did something. Yeah, I'm liking the effect I'm getting here, guys. See that? It's not too bad, right? Okay. So yeah, we did a little something just working off of the one image. I mean, ideally, you know, you just kind of want to just work off of the one thing. So you'll probably want to do something like this here. So it's about the same. It's all good, guys. Oh, did I just change it a little bit? Let's take a look. Let's plug this back in. Nope, it's about the same. So let's just plug that there. Plug this in the specularity tint. Yep, let's get rid of that. Get that in the roughness. Sheen. I don't think that affects Eevee. Oh, wait a minute. Oh yeah, there is a clear coat. Let's get some roughness on that. Come on. Yeah, I don't think the anisotropic really affects the Eevee, at least not to my knowledge. Some surface, yeah. Let's see if this affects. Yeah, see that's not making sense. We do that, then let's check that subsurface color right there. That did something. That definitely made it pop. We added a little subsurface to that. Yeah, this is a shiny onion, guys. It's wet. Hey, this is the xsinick show. Here's our onion. Here, you know, kind of like what we have here in the images. This is it, guys. Yeah, so this is the end of the tutorial. You saw what we did to get it. You know, it's not perfect. You could go in and really fix the texture maps up some, but you know, for a rough something, this gets you there. So yeah, thanks for joining me on this journey. You know, it's been fun. You know, this concludes this tutorial on this. And yeah, there's more to come. You know, there's a lot of like cool little things you can do, like make the top of here like really bright green, and you could run some gradients across it and you really deck it out, right? You know, we could go to town on this guy. But let's not do that right now. Let's just enjoy what we got here. Let's view, let's see what the ambient occlusion looks like. So that's not bad. Let's see what the environment. Okay. Shadows. This is what shadows look like on here. It's not bad. Shadows could be a little bit better. Diffuse light. You know, it has a little bit of that surface going on there. I think that's what we're seeing there. Diffuse color, which is just a straight up texture map. Specular lighting. Wow, this is like really, it's a lot of spec, right? It's a shiny onion. Specular color. Alright, so there's some fall off going on there. No volume lighting, there's normals, mist, we don't need any of that right now. Yeah, so that's it, combined, that's what we get, guys. So yeah, so this has been xsinick. You know, we've been working with Blender to make this onion, and I hope you like it. Hey, thanks for joining me. Hey, Pixelbit, thanks for joining me, and everyone else. You know, I know Poos2 normally watches me. I know my friend Android Smith, and you know, whoever you are out there. You know, have a great night. God bless. You know, and jump into Blender, check it out. You know, and you know, check out doing some you know, check out some of our other videos where we played some Street Fighter, and I also did some drawing. So the next things that are coming up would be the game development, and so it'll be like 3D, doing 3D art, doing some concept art some more, and jumping and placing all of our assets into a game engine. So we may switch game engines, right? So I'm trying with the Blender game engine of BGE. Was thinking about switching over to Unity, but Unity is giving a few little bugs here on Linux. So I might actually go to the Godot engine, so I don't know. But the important thing is that we will get this project finished this year, and you're going to be on the journey with me to see that to the end. So I'll see you guys later. xsinick out. Peace. hey, check out my SoundCloud, Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok channels. See you guys later.